The cavern was cold, the kind of cold that sank into the bones. Elara sat on her knees, wrists bound by chains of shadow. Every time she tried to spark her silver fire, the chains grew tighter, searing her skin with black burns. She looked around. The walls pulsed like living flesh, veins glowing faintly with dark power. A low hum echoed through the cavern, almost like whispers. Malrick appeared from the darkness. His body was tall, his face sharp, but his eyes, they were endless pits, swallowing the light. "You feel it, don't you?" he said softly. "The way they fear you. The way even Kael hesitates when you burn too bright." Elara shook her head. "He doesn't fear me. He sees me." Malrick's smile was cruel. "No. He only wants to believe he does. But deep down, he fears that one day you'll turn that fire on him. And you will. Because you cannot control it." The whispers grew louder, echoing his words. Curse, destroyer, dangerous. For a moment, Elara's chest tightened. What if he was right? But then, she closed her eyes. She remembered Kael's hand brushing her cheek, his voice steady in the cave of healing. "I see you. All of you." Her fire sparked faintly in her palms, but the chains hissed, tightening. Malrick's eyes darkened. "The more you resist, the more it hurts. But if you give in, if you let me guide you, the power will be yours, limitless." Elara spat at his feet. "I'd rather burn myself alive than belong to you." Malrick's smile did not falter. "So be it. But the longer you resist me, the weaker you'll become. And when Kael finally comes for you, he will die. Because of you." He vanished into the shadows, leaving her trembling, alone with the whispers. Meanwhile, far above, Kael staggered to his feet in the ruined council hall. His chest still burned from the fight, his wolf clawing to break free. Around him, the council argued. "She's gone," one elder said. "She was taken by shadow. There's nothing we can do." "She was always a danger," another spat. "Better she's gone. Malrick can keep her." Kael slammed his fist against the table, the wood cracking. His golden eyes glowed, his wolf barely restrained. "You cowards," he growled. "You would leave her to suffer? Without her, none of you would be alive." The elder sneered. "And with her, we may all burn." Kael's growl rumbled through the hall. "If you will not fight for her, then I will. Alone if I must." Silence fell. Even those who doubted him could not meet his eyes. For Kael, there was no choice. Elara was not just a prophecy. Not just flame. She was his. And he would tear the world apart to bring her home. The night above the ruins was heavy with fog. Kael walked alone to the edge of the forest, his golden eyes searching the sky as if the moon could guide him. His wolf stirred restlessly beneath his skin, demanding action, demanding blood. But Kael's chest was heavy. He had seen her vanish into the darkness. He had felt her flame flicker and disappear. For the first time in years, fear had gripped him. He dropped to his knees, pressing his hands into the earth. "Moon above, ancestors below, hear me." His voice was rough, almost breaking. "If you've chosen her to bear this curse, then choose me to carry it with her. If she is fire, let me be the stone that holds it. If she is light, let me be her shadow. Do not take her from me." The wind stirred, carrying the scent of pine and blood. His wolf howled within him, fierce and unbroken. Kael rose, determination hardening in his chest. He would find her. Even if he had to walk into the realm of shadows itself. Deep below, Elara trembled against her chains. She had lost track of time. Minutes? Hours? Days? The whispers of the shadow realm made it impossible to know. Her fire flickered weakly in her palms, but every spark made the chains tighten. Her body ached, her spirit wavered. She closed her eyes, whispering to herself, "Kael, don't come. It's too dangerous. Please." But as soon as the words left her lips, another voice brushed against her mind, warm, strong, steady. "I'm coming." Her eyes flew open. She gasped. It wasn't the whispers. It wasn't Malrick. It was Kael. His voice, faint but real, echoed in her chest. "Hold on, Elara. Don't give in. I will find you." Her tears burned, her fire sparking brighter. The chains hissed, but for the first time, she smiled through the pain. "You stubborn wolf," she whispered. "Always breaking rules." The shadows shrieked, as if furious at the connection. The chains tightened, pulling her to the ground. But Elara's fire did not go out. Not this time. Back in the forest, Kael's body jolted. He had felt her. Faint, like a spark in the dark, but it was her. She was alive. His jaw clenched, his eyes blazing. He would not rest. He would not stop. And if the council refused to stand with him, he would raise a new pack, one bound not by fear, but by fire and loyalty. The hunt for Elara had begun. Elara lay on the cold ground, her wrists blistered where the chains cut into her skin. The shadows never rested. They moved like smoke across the cavern, curling around her face, whispering her fears into her ears. "You were never wanted. Your mother feared you. Your father abandoned you. Kael will leave you too." Her body trembled, her lips pressed shut. She would not answer them. But inside, the words hurt. They dragged her back to the night of her rejection, the council's cruel eyes, the lonely years of exile. The shadows fed on that pain. They grew thicker, darker, choking the air. Then, suddenly, the ground trembled. A faint silver glow burst from her chest, breaking through the darkness for just a moment. Her fire. The whispers recoiled, hissing like snakes. Elara gritted her teeth. "I am not yours. I am not a curse." The glow brightened, faint but steady. Far above, Kael had left the council lands. He rode through the forest on a black horse, his wolf senses guiding him. Every shadow felt like eyes. Every wind carried her scent, or the memory of it. He was not alone. Behind him rode two young wolves, loyal not to the council but to him. Luca, scarred but brave, and Mira, quiet but sharp-eyed. "Alpha," Luca said, his voice low. "Are you certain she still lives?" Kael's jaw tightened. "I felt her. The bond doesn't lie. She's alive and fighting." Mira frowned. "If she's trapped in the shadow realm, we'll need more than claws and teeth to reach her. We'll need blood magic." Kael glanced back, his golden eyes narrowing. "Then find me someone who can wield it. Because nothing will keep me from her." The wolves nodded, no hesitation. Whatever lay ahead, they would follow. In the shadow cavern, Malrick appeared again, his smile thin and sharp. "You still resist me. Admirable, but foolish." He lifted a hand, and the shadows writhed like snakes around her body. "Do you think Kael can save you?" "He is strong, yes. Loyal, perhaps. But all wolves are bound by fear in the end. And when he sees what you truly are, even he will turn." Elara met his gaze, her voice steady despite her trembling body. "You don't know him. And you don't know me." Malrick leaned closer, his breath cold against her ear. "On the contrary. I know you better than anyone. Because I am the darkness you've carried your whole life. I am every rejection, every doubt. I am the truth you fear to admit." Elara closed her eyes, summoning the warmth of Kael's voice inside her mind. "Hold on, Elara. Don't give in." Her fire sparked again, brighter this time, burning against the chains. Malrick's smile faltered for the first time. "You are mine," he hissed. "No," she whispered back, her silver flame flaring. "I am my own." The cavern shook. The shadows shrieked. But the chains held firm. For now. Kael and his two loyal wolves, Luca and Mira, stood at the edge of a ravine where the forest ended in sheer stone cliffs. The air here was heavy, unnaturally cold, and the sky above it seemed darker than the rest of the night. "This is it," Mira whispered, her voice trembling. "The veil. The place where shadow bleeds into our world." Kael's golden eyes burned with determination. "Then this is where we cross." Luca frowned, glancing at the cliff. "Cross? Through what?" "There's no bridge. No path. Just rock and death." Mira crouched, pressing her palm to the ground. Symbols flared faintly, carved into the stone ages ago, runes of warning, runes of sealing. "Blood magic," she murmured. "This place was locked for a reason." Kael's voice was low, steady. "Unlock it." Myra's eyes snapped up. "Alpha, if we break this seal, the shadows won't just stay inside. They'll spill out. They'll spread." Kael's jaw tightened. His mind flashed with Elara's face, her fire, her cry as she was taken. "Then we'll kill every last one of them." Reluctantly, Mira sliced her palm and pressed it to the stone. The runes glowed red, then silver, then black. The ground trembled. The cliff split open with a thunderous crack, revealing a jagged path that sank downward into endless night. From within, whispers spilled out, curling like smoke. Luca's grip tightened on his blade. "Moon, help us." Kael drew his sword. His wolf stirred, ready. "Stay close. Don't listen to the voices. Whatever happens, we find Elara." And with that, they stepped into the shadow realm. The world inside was nothing like the forest they had left. The air was thick and wet, every breath heavy with the stench of rot. The sky above was not a sky at all, but a shifting veil of black mist. Shadows crawled across the ground like living things. Some had eyes. Some had teeth. Luca swore under his breath. "This is worse than I imagined." Kael ignored him, his senses sharp, following the bond that pulled at his chest. It burned faintly, like a silver thread leading him deeper. "Elara," he whispered. "I'm coming." In the cavern, Elara's head snapped up. She felt it. The bond pulsing stronger, closer. "Kael," she breathed. Malrick appeared, his smile sharper than ever. "Ah. The wolf has come to die." He waved a hand, and the shadows stirred, racing to the surface. "Let him come," Malrick said. "Let him bleed for you. And when he falls, you will see. You belong only to me." Elara pulled at her chains until her wrists bled, her fire sparking wildly. "If you hurt him, I swear." "You'll what?" Malrick hissed. "Burn me? Kill me? You cannot even free yourself." The shadows roared above, and the cavern shook. Kael had entered the darkness. The path twisted downward like a serpent's spine. Every step Kael took seemed to echo forever in the hollow dark. His wolf snarled inside him, restless, furious at the scent of Elara's fear drifting faintly through the air. "Do you feel it?" he asked in a low growl. Mira nodded quickly. Yes, her fire. Faint, but alive. Luca's eyes narrowed. And something else. Something older. They pressed on until the narrow passage opened into a vast cavern. At its center was a jagged throne made of bones, and seated upon it was Malrick. His cloak was blacker than night, and his eyes glowed a hungry red. At his feet knelt Elara, bound by chains of shadow. Her hair fell loose around her face, her wrists raw from struggling. Yet even now, her eyes blazed with fire. "Kael," she cried. The sound of her voice nearly undid him. His wolf surged, desperate to tear through anything that stood between them. Malrick's grin widened. "So the Alpha dares to trespass in my realm." He rose slowly, every movement deliberate, a predator savoring the moment. "Did you truly think I would let you take what belongs to me?" Kael's voice cut like steel. "She belongs to no one." He lunged. Steel clashed with shadow as Kael's blade met Malrick's conjured weapon, a sword forged of pure darkness. Sparks burst in the gloom, lighting their snarling faces. "Go!" Kael barked at Luca and Mira. "Free her." They obeyed instantly, rushing toward Elara. Luca hacked at the chains with his axe, but each strike made the shadows hiss and reform. Mira dropped to her knees, chanting spells of light, but the runes recoiled like living snakes. "Don't stop!" Elara shouted, her fire flickering in her veins. "The chains, he feeds on them. You have to burn them." Kael heard her, but Malrick pressed harder, his blade slashing and twisting, forcing Kael back step by step. "Your wolf is strong," Malrick hissed, "but not strong enough. Every swing weakens you. Every heartbeat, I drink her power." Kael snarled, teeth lengthening, claws sprouting. He gave himself to the wolf fully, shifting mid-fight in a blur of muscle and fur. His golden wolf roared, pouncing with savage fury, driving Malrick back with a storm of claws and fangs. For the first time, Malrick faltered. His grin cracked. "You think this will save her," he spat, catching Kael's jaws with his blade of shadow. "You have no idea what she truly is." Behind them, Elara screamed as the chains tightened, burning into her skin. Fire burst from her body, wild and uncontrolled, nearly knocking Luca and Mira back. "Elara, hold on!" Kael howled. Her eyes glowed like twin flames. "Kael, I can't. It's consuming me." The bond between them flared, silver light surging through the cavern. For a heartbeat, Malrick staggered, his weapon flickering. But then, with a cruel laugh, he thrust his free hand forward and shadows slammed into Kael like a storm. The Alpha was hurled across the cavern, smashing into stone. Blood filled his mouth. His vision blurred. And in that instant, he realized he had failed. Kael's body hit the cavern wall with a sickening thud. Stones cracked, dust rained down, and he slid to the ground, dazed, blood seeping from a gash above his brow. "Elara," he croaked, trying to push himself up. His muscles trembled. His wolf raged inside, desperate to fight, but his strength was fading. Malrick laughed, the sound echoing like thunder in the cavern. "Is this your mighty Alpha? Broken, bleeding, helpless? He cannot even save himself, let alone you." Elara's chains burned hotter, reacting to her fury. Her fire screamed within her veins, begging to be freed. She clenched her fists, her eyes blazing. "Stop hurting him," she roared. Malrick turned, amused. "And what will you do, little flame? You are mine. Your power is mine." Something in her snapped. The bond between her and Kael surged like a flood, a silver thread glowing between their hearts. She felt his pain as if it were her own, his blood, his fear, his stubborn refusal to surrender. And she refused to lose him. Elara screamed, and fire exploded from her body. The cavern filled with blinding silver flames, heat rolling off her like a storm. The chains writhed and hissed, their shadows twisting as they tried to resist, but they melted under the force of her power. Luca stumbled back, shielding his eyes. Mira cried out, clutching her chest as the fire resonated with ancient magic. "Elara, no." Kael shouted hoarsely, terror in his eyes. "If you let it consume you, you won't come back." But it was too late. Her body lifted from the ground, suspended in midair, hair whipping in unseen wind. Flames crawled over her skin but did not burn her. Her voice echoed, layered with something older, something otherworldly. I am not yours, Malrick. I am the fireborn of the moon. I am the flame you cannot extinguish. Malrick snarled, retreating a step, his shadows writhing like serpents. For the first time, he looked uncertain. Elara, fight it. Kael pleaded, forcing himself to his feet. His vision blurred, but he staggered toward her. Don't lose yourself to the fire, come back to me. Her glowing eyes met his. For a heartbeat, the fire stilled, and her voice softened. Kael. I can't hold it back. The cavern shook, cracks racing up the walls. Stalactites shattered and crashed to the ground. The air grew unbearably hot. Malrick screamed in rage, his form shifting, growing monstrous, shadows twisting him into a towering beast. If I cannot own you, I will destroy you. Kael's wolf surged, answering with a thunderous roar. Despite his wounds, he lunged forward, ready to fight again. And Elara, burning, unstoppable, more flame than flesh, turned her power toward Malrick. The battle for the prophecy had begun. The cavern roared like the heart of a volcano. Shadows and fire clashed, silver flame colliding with Malrick's monstrous darkness. Every strike shook the earth, sending tremors across the mountain. Elara hovered in the center, a living inferno. Her silver fire curled around her like wings, each beat radiating raw power. Her eyes glowed white-hot, fixed on Malrick. Kael, though wounded, stood at her side. His wolf glimmered beneath his skin, a dark, fierce guardian. Blood streaked his temple, but his spirit was unbroken. Elara, he growled, we end this, together. Malrick snarled, his monstrous form blotting out the cavern's ceiling. Shadow tentacles lashed out, striking at them like whips. The ground split, jagged fissures crawling toward them. You are nothing but pawns of destiny. Malrick bellowed, voice booming like thunder. The flame will burn you alive. The bond will chain you forever. And the world will kneel to me. Elara spread her hands, and the silver fire roared higher, licking the cavern walls. No, Malrick. The world will never kneel to you. The battle erupted. Malrick lunged, his shadow claws tearing through stone. Kael leapt, his wolf strength amplified by the bond, slamming into the beast's chest with bone-crushing force. The cavern shook. Elara spun, her flames weaving into spears of light. She hurled them, each strike searing through Malrick's darkness, burning holes in his monstrous form. He howled, staggering, but his shadows thickened, regenerating, swallowing flame after flame. Your fire cannot destroy me, he roared. I am eternal. Elara faltered for a breath. He was right. The more she burned, the stronger his shadows fought back. Her heart pounded, fear gnawing at her. But then she felt it, Kael's hand gripping hers, grounding her. His eyes burned with fierce determination. Don't fight him alone. Let me in. Let us fight as one. The bond flared, a silver cord of light blazing between their hearts. And suddenly, her fire shifted. It no longer consumed her, it flowed through her, steady and controlled. The flames bent toward Kael, wrapping around him without burning. His wolf howled, cloaked in her fire, glowing like a warrior forged of moonlight and flame. Together, they struck. Kael lunged, jaws snapping, silver fire trailing from his teeth like lightning. Elara raised her hands, summoning a column of pure flame that shot upward, piercing the cavern's ceiling. The mountain groaned as the fire fell back down, slamming into Malrick. He screamed, shadows ripping apart, his monstrous form unraveling. For the first time, true fear flashed in his eyes. But as he crumbled, his voice echoed, dark and vengeful, you may kill me, but the prophecy will still claim its price. One of you must burn. The words sank into Elara's heart like daggers. She staggered, the flames faltering for a heartbeat. One of us. Kael pulled her close, shielding her with his body. His chest heaved, his heart pounding against hers. Ignore him. He's trying to break you. But Malrick's words lingered. The prophecy had always whispered of sacrifice. Of fire and blood. Of one life ending so the rest could live. As Malrick's body dissolved into ash and shadow, the cavern stilled. The air grew cold, silence falling heavy. The battle was over, yet the prophecy's shadow remained. Elara collapsed to her knees, fire dimming. Kael knelt beside her,